Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Shadow from TCG, bringing you guys the requested deck list profile for this Zoro deck. As always, like I always say, subscribe to the channel if you guys like the content, like the videos, comment down below what you guys thought. Helps the channel grow, and then it lets me know what I should fix, what I could have did better, and what you guys would like to see next as far as playing. Kind of get my insight from it, or just different channel ideas. I'm always down to see what the boys are always down to do. But yeah, let's get right into this deck profile. And of course, you always gotta make sure you have your One Piece playmat. So, rocking the Four Emperors playmat, one of my favorite mats that I own. I should get an TCG playmat. But let's get right into the deck. Of course, for the leader card, we have the Alt Art Zoro card. Attach a Don, buff up your deck by 1,000. Love the face card from OP8 Alt. They have the manga variant, which is cool. First searcher of the deck, I am running a 2 of Dr. Kureha. Look at the top 4 cards of the deck for a 2020 Chopper or a Drum Kingdom card. Good to try to find some of the pieces, if not your animal from the Drum Kingdom part for counter cards, but really looking for the OP8 Chopper or any of the Choppers, which would be essential. But in order to find and give us a better chance, we are running the Nami from OP1. On play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck for a Straw Hat type card. Does not need to be a character, could be event card. So this is the better our chances to find the Chopper that we want, and can also find your event cards and your 2K counter cards. So gives us more options right here. And into the bread and butter of the deck, the animal package, specifically the MVP of the deck, which is a 4 of the OP8 Chopper. It's a 3/5 body. On play and when it attacks, it can look at the top 5 cards of the deck and play out to one animal card rested with a 4K power stat line or less, which is any of the other animals in the deck except itself. And it is searchable off of both Nami and the Dr. Kureha, so gives us 6 different targets to find it, not including the counter event card that we run, but trying to find this card no matter what is the main deal of the game. Some of the cards that this card can play is the next Chopper card from EB01. It's the Cotton Candy Bandit. This can be played off of this Chopper off the top 5 search, and this card is also searchable from both Kureha and Nami. So it's a blocker. Attach 2 Don, give one of your opponent's character cards minus 3,000. So if you are trying to clear board and remove bodies, this can help by reducing the attack stat, and you're able to swing at it with your lower attack bodies, which is great. If not, again, it is a blocker that is useful. One of the best combos in the deck is with this next card, the Chopper from OP4. This can be played off the OP8 Chopper off the search, rested of course, but its ability, you can play out to one animal card with the 3,000 power or less active. So if you're going first, your turn 2 play with 3 Don, you can play this out, search this from the top 5, and then play out an animal card with 3,000 power or less from your hand. That's 3 bodies for the cost of 3 for one character. Could be a 9 Don turn play on turn 2, which is crazy. So this can be some of your craziest plays, and all these are searchable from both of them. So that's already 12 targets for both searchers. On to the next animal. This is one of the newer ones that I added. I dropped Zoro down to add 2 Robsons. It's a Drum Kingdom animal card. Can be played off of Chopper, not this one though. Attach 2 Don to this, and it gives this card Rush. Attached to it's already swinging for 6 plus the Zoro buff. That's a 7k swing off this for 5 Don, basically, if you're trying to put up pressure on your opponent. And again, another target for this Chopper, so that is now 10 targets for the OP8 Chopper. Just added this in, haven't play tested it much, but it's just to give this deck more consistency off of the Chopper search, because I was seeing Zoro a lot in that search, and then Zoro becomes a dead card in the deck. Not only that, this has a 1k counter, which Zoro doesn't. And on to the next animal card. It is Komachiyo, the little lion. Running a 4 of this. This is not searchable by anything except for the OP8 Chopper and the event card. Kureha and Nami can't find it. It's just a 1 cost 3k beater. Zoro brings it up to 4, so 1 Don this can swing for 5. But again, it's just to give it more consistency. This could be played off the OP4 chopper, so that's 4 targets for this chopper to play out, not including the next card, which is the hiking bear. It's a 3k body, can be played off the chopper. This is searchable off Kureha, and it is a 2k counter, so if I don't see a chopper off Kureha search, I'm gonna grab this because it's 2k that I want to be able to counter out of stuff, because there's been times where it's been very bricky, so this is at least a way to try to find a 2k counter. But attach a Don to this hiking bear and you could buff up any of your other animal cards by 1000. So Zoro's gonna buff him by 1000 already. He's buffing the whole board. Attach a Don here, you can make your OP8 chopper swing for 7k, which is great. Putting the pressure on your opponent while flooding the board is what you want to do with this deck. And this is pretty much the gist of the animal package. All these coincide with each other to flood the board as fast as possible with, and I usually don't show the events, but I'm going to show you this event card. It's a 4 of, just shut up and come with us. It is from EB01, 1 Don. It's a counter card, but does not give you counter power. So like, if they swing at you for 5, you can play this for 1. You're not getting a plus 1000. This is just playing a body out for you. So it's a counter, but not a counter like you would think. But it helps me search the top 5 cards, and I could play up to 1 animal card with the cost of 3 or less. That's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 22 targets for this counter event. And again, if you hit the counter event with this chopper could play out any of the other ones. This to OP4 chopper and OP4 chopper to any of these, that's 3 bodies on turn 2 if your opponent is swinging at you first. So some of the craziest combos of how to flood the board fast, it's crazy. But this is the animal package with this event card to bring out the animal cards, which is why I'm running them all at like a 3 cost. I have seen people running the Supersonic Duck Squad, which is another animal target that could be played off of this, and it is a 2k counter card. I haven't tested it out yet. I'm running Makino at a 4 of, 2k counter card, not searchable, but it has an ability where it can rest itself and buff up any of my 1 cost characters by 3000. Mainly just use it for a 2k counter, nothing else. And my last 2k is the Brook Straw Hat, searchable off the Nami. Really just a 2k counter, nothing else is really being done with the Brook, just counter card. I mean, I'm fine where I'm at, because again, I'm not trying to play a late game with this. This is just flood the board, swing. So I don't need much more 2ks than Hiking Bear, Makino, and the Brook. Just 10 2ks. And then going into the rush package of the deck, I have 2 of Zoro. This was a 4 of, but I dropped it because wasn't seeing as much consistency as I wanted with the OP8 chopper, and it was coming out in situations, but I would rather have more targets for the animal package, which is why I'm running the Robson at a 2 of currently. Might just cut the Zoro though, but it has rush, 3-5 with the Zoro. It's a swinging for 6 with no Don attachment, which is great. Then running the infamous Kid Killer at a 4 of, it has rush. If your opponent has 2 or less life, it gets an extra 2k stat line from itself. So this card can swing for 7k on its own. With your leader, it could swing for 8, which is gnarly. But this is basically for going for endgame. If I have nothing else going for me, then I can get my opponent to that range. So that's the whole point of Kid Killer. And then the last rush card that I am running a 2 of Dragon. The best combo play that I love with Dragon is if I have the 3 for the EB01 chopper, the blocker chopper, giving the chopper the 2 rested Don off Dragon, attaching a Don to Zoro. This chopper is going to swing for 7 and reduce one of my opponent's cards by 3000. Able to board clear anything that turn, because then Dragon could kill it if it doesn't go through. That's the best combo I love to do with the deck, but this can attach it to any of my other characters on the field and buff it up by 2, plus Zoro. That's an extra 3k that turn. And on to the last character card. Running a 2 of Secret Rayleigh from OP8. On play, you could give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 3,000 and another one minus 2,000, and then KO one of your opponent's characters at the cost of 3,000 or less. So the way to board clear, reducing one of your opponent's 5 cost to 3, pop it, or a 6 to 3 and reducing the 5 to 3 also, but then swinging at it with the little body. So not only that, if it sticks, it's gonna be a 9k swing once it's attached by Zoro. So putting all that pressure on your opponent. And the last 2 cards of the deck, I just realized I added them to my other event card, but I am running a 2 of Diable Jambe. Main attach, it doesn't attach anything, but it makes one of your Straw Hat type cards unblockable. So Diable Jambe, just a 2 of searchable off Nami, mainly for your leader card Zoro, since that's always going to be on the field. You never know if the choppers are going to stay on the field or not, but this is the package. Like I said, mainly thinking about cutting the Zoros, adding in more Robsons. I've seen people adding Jet Pistol to be able to remove stuff with the chopper. It's a nice little tech card, but I like the deck where it's at. Real aggressive. Really fun. It's worth testing out, but that's the deck profile. Again, if you guys like the content, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below what you guys would like to see, and then I'll catch you guys on the next one.